So we have some more potentially troubling news here in the United States, because now what we are hearing is that some experts are calling this a scary illness. However, what we are also hearing is that the CDC and the World Health Organization are split between calling this a variant of interest or not. So I'm going to address what's going on in just a moment, but look at this. The flu and COVID infections are rising and could get worse over the holidays, according to the CDC. Now that's troubling, and we will get to more on that in just a moment. All I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So now that we are seeing flu and COVID infections rising, this has the CDC and the World Health Organization concerned. However, they are not entirely certain as to how concerned they should be. Now, I want to show you this chart. Look at this right here. So this shows, and you can see in all the green states over here, this is minimal activity level as far as the infections. Okay. Now, this is the respiratory illnesses as well. All right. You can see down here in the red, these are the high and very high risk. Okay. But if we pull this over, this right here, this is from the week ending of November 18th, so over a month ago. If we start to pull this little slider, look how the colors start to change. This is now the week ending December 16th, which was last week, which was 7 days ago. Okay? See how it's turning a lot more red? Yeah, that's concerning. This is one of the reasons why the CDC and the World Health Organization are trying to determine whether or not this is a variant of interest, because according to reports, the World Health Organization has listed the JN.1 variant as a variant of interest. That is by the World Health Organization. However, I want to read you this right here. It says, in a split with the World Health Organization, a CDC spokesperson confirmed Friday afternoon that the Biden administration has so far decided against elevating JN.1 to being a standalone variant of interest. Instead, the strain remains grouped with its BA.2.86 parent as a variant being monitored. That is where they're different. The World Health Organization and the CDC do not agree as to the severity of this variant. Here's the reason why this is somewhat a problem. Right now, we are seeing illnesses increase. It's shocking, okay? Just look at this. It says new COVID variant JN.1 surges to 44% of cases, according to CDC estimates. 44% of cases. And keep in mind, this is from this morning. The expectation is it is going to get worse. I want to read you a little bit from this article. It says JN.1's continued growth suggests that the variant is either more transmissible or better at evading our immune systems than other circulating variants. It is too early to know whether or to what extent JN.1 will cause an increase in infections or hospitalizations. That was according to the CDC on Friday. Now I want to read you this, because this is what everyone's going to want to know. What is the effectiveness of the shot against JN.1? Well, here's what we know. Data from early studies of the strain cited by the World Health Organization in a risk evaluation this week also pointed to research suggesting JN.1 displays a higher immune evasion compared to its BA.2.86 parent, though not enough to prevent this season's vaccine from being effective. Says this year's updated shots were targeted at the XBB.1.5 strains, which drove a wave of infections earlier this year. So, the updated shot were targeting the infections of the certain strain earlier this year, not the one that we are currently experiencing. But if you see the signs at your Walgreens or your clinics and your hospitals, and you see the different things on TV and news stations, they're all saying, go get the shot. But now we're not sure how effective it is. It's concerning. But yet, again, some are calling this a scary illness because we do not have guidance. We do not have any guidance. And the CDC and World Health Organization don't agree as to whether or not this is a variant of interest. It says a World Health Organization panel earlier this month declined to call for an update to the shot's recipe after mulling early data so far measuring the threat posed by JN.1. The concern right now amongst many is that the shot is going to have very little effect, or the JN.1 variant is going to evade the shot, and so you are still going to get sick. Now, I want to read you this. It says COVID variant JN.1 is on the rise this holiday season. Current symptoms to look out for. Okay. Now, we know if you're getting a cold, it's just regular cold, it's the flu, it's RSV, right? So many different things here. But what you need to keep in mind is that this is what, according to the CDC, this is what the symptoms may include. Okay, if you have the JN.1 variant: cough, sore throat, headache, muscle aches, fever, change in or loss of taste and smell, congestion of runny nose, fatigue, brain fog, shortness of breath, gastrointestinal symptoms. These right here are pretty much all indicative of a flu as well, right? And so this is the troubling part, is maybe you have the flu, maybe you have RSV, maybe you have COVID. You don't know. But this is why some experts are calling this a scary illness, because there's so many different illnesses going around right now. But what do you have? Well, the concern is the CDC and World Health Organization are not on the same page. They are not even in the same library in some cases. And so that's the problem, is we get some information from the World Health Organization, we get some from the CDC, then the Biden administration steps in and we are hearing, well, we can't have COVID come back. If COVID comes back during the Biden administration, this is going to be detrimental to Democrats' chances of winning back the House of Representatives and keeping the Senate and keeping the presidency. So is this a political move, or is this for the safety of the American people? That, well, we don't know. All I can tell you is that the CDC and World Health Organization are currently split as to whether or not this is a variant of interest or just one to be monitored. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on at this time. There's a lot of people questioning whether or not the Biden administration and the clinics and hospitals have our best interests at heart, or are they just looking after themselves? Well, only time will tell, but what I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All I ask is two things. First, hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed this update. Also, click that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and I'll see you guys on the next one.